In this video, we're going to find out more about why it's difficult for children to talk about sexual abuse. Child sexual abuse can impact on every area of a child's development. It can affect their physical health, mental well-being, as well as their lifelong behaviour and relationships. Working together with the right professional response, we can better support children and young people. With the right help, people can and do recover from their experiences. By identifying sexual abuse early, we can intervene to prevent, protect, and support the child. Most children who are being sexually abused do not tell anyone about it at the time. Instead, they may show other emotional, behavioural, and physical signs of their abuse. We shouldn't be surprised that this is the case. Right now, there are unrealistic expectations on these children to have not just the confidence to share, but the words to do so too. There are many barriers to children telling us about sexual abuse, and these are shown here on the screen. If professionals wait for children to tell them what's going on before taking any action, there is a risk that children will not be protected and supported in a timely manner. Many victims and survivors recall trying to show the adults around them, including teachers, social workers, doctors, school nurses, as well as family and friends, that they were experiencing something difficult, but feeling that their signs were just not being read. We know from research that most children are supported to tell by an adult who notices the signs and indicators of concern and asks about them. We are at the heart of this process. We need to build a picture of the potential signs and indicators of sexual abuse and sexually abusive behaviour, to consider what might be happening for the child and explore this with them. Children cannot and should not be the only witness to the harm they experience. It is the responsibility of the adults around the child to respond to help-seeking behaviour and to take action to safeguard them. Children cannot always recognise that what is happening to them is abuse, and often have never been told what abuse actually is. It's important that children are encouraged to speak to a trusted adult whenever something doesn't feel right, or something is upsetting them or hurting them. We also know that many children may not be able to verbalise their concerns, and may demonstrate their unhappiness and discomfort in other ways. We need to recognise when children might be telling us something is wrong, through their actions as well as their words, and then support them to help us understand so that we can respond appropriately. Unfortunately, the signs and indicators of abuse are often missed, with professionals believing that the signs they are seeing in a child are due to something else in the child's life, or forgetting to look at the reasons behind the behaviour they are seeing. Because sexual abuse can be difficult to think about, when we do think there may be another explanation for the behaviour, we might run with that, forgetting to keep the hypothesis of sexual abuse alive as well. We might attribute the behaviour to the child's disability, family disruption, a phase, a friendship issue, or another trauma. But we must hold in mind all the hypotheses, even when there are other possible reasons for our concerns, and even when the implications of it being sexual abuse are hard to consider. Sometimes a child is just waiting for help. At the end of this set of videos, the ambition is for you to feel empowered to spot the wider signs and indicators of sexual abuse, so more children can be safeguarded and supported, just as this survivor quoted here needed. In the next video, we'll learn more about the potential signs and indicators of sexual abuse.